This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 153 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Enjoy today's tip. I am Glenn the Geek from Lexington, Kentucky, and you're listening to Horse Tip Daily. Welcome back, everybody. Well, today we have back with us Max Corcoran, who is the longtime groom for international eventer Karen O'Connor. You've heard her on here several times before. She is also the newest co-host of the Eventing Radio Show here on the Horse Radio Network, and she does a terrific job. Max is very popular when she's on, and we can see why. She does do a great job, and she's fun to listen to. This tip is taken from episode number 65 of the Eventing Radio Show, and you can find that at eventingradio.com to listen to the whole episode. In this episode, show-jumping course designer Richard Jeffrey makes his return visit to the Eventing Radio Show to talk about the USEA course designing program and what's in store for him this year at Rolex and the World Equestrian Games, because he's doing the designing for both. So it was a very interesting episode, and you can listen to the rest of that there. But this was Max's tip from episode number 65.
And our tip of the week is our next segment here. And Max, I think you've got a really, really good idea this week that you mentioned to me that I think it's going to be a very, very helpful message to our younger listeners. And that's reminding them that parents are their first owners, right?
For sure, yes. I mean, you see, we get to go to our first competitions, and you see kids out there with their parents, and their parents are trying to do their best they can. And they're, Mom, you're not doing it. Mom, hold this. Mom, Dad, man. And Karen, a lot of times, which I've learned very much from her, and she has walked up to kids in the past and said, don't ever forget that your parents are your first owners. And if you're ever going to be professional at this, that is not a way you would ever treat an owner. And I think that's a very good tip of the week for people to remember, younger kids and generations to remember that your parents are a lot of times are the people that make it possible for you to be able to start your passion and to start your dream, whether it's just to get to the novice AECs or if it's to get to Rolex. Your parents are there in the background to help you out, and they could be using, that money that they're spending on a vacation or a retirement account, but they're there. They want to help you. They're doing it for you. And they are your first owners. It's definitely something to remember and thank them when you can and be nice to them when you can. They don't probably know as much about the horses as you do. So be patient and be kind and remember what they're doing for you.
I think that's a great message, Max, because you know as well as I do, there are plenty of parents out there that really are not horsey, but they do it for their children's sake.
They definitely do. I've had parents come up to me and say, can I just ask you a question? I said, of course you can. What does it mean when I, and parents, they do, they're trying so hard. They really are. And it's really hard for them to for some people to piece it together. And they're trying.
Absolutely, they're trying. And, I think it's also a life lesson as well to remember when you're, in those early years to try and come to grips with the balance of excitement and your behavior when you get nervous. And, it's so easy, isn't it, when you're under the excitement of a competition and you're about to go cross-country or you're about to do your dressage. And it's very easy to get, a little bit snippy and edgy about it. And it's a good educational process to remember that, you're amongst friends and you're amongst people that are being supportive to you. So don't go biting their heads off because you're nervous, right?
Exactly. And, maybe you just need to take a deep breath, think about it for a second, and maybe the fact that you didn't put your gloves on was your fault, not your mother's.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, I think that's a nice little tip of the week. Thank you so much for that, Max.
Well, thank you to Chris Stafford and Max Corcoran for that tip taken from the Eventing Radio Show. Well, everybody, you can check out all the shows on the Horse Radio Network at horseradionetwork.com. And I will be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everybody.